What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be playing around with the sequel to a very popular roguelike called Elin. Or I guess a prequel, or I don't really know where this takes place in the overall assemblage of the lore. But Elin, for all the roguelikes that I've played, is one of the ones that I missed out on and ended up just not really playing. So today we're taking a look at Elin. It came out this morning on Steam in early access, and so far, having spent about 2.5 hours with the game, I am very, very happy with it. This game is quite a bit of fun. Don't let what you see on the screen right now fool you. That would be my advice to you coming into here, because a lot of people are going to see it and be like, so, like, what's up with the graphics? Like, so what's happening here? The graphics don't matter. This is a game that has a tremendous amount of depth and a lot of things to do. So today we're going to be taking a look at the game for about 30 minutes. We're going to see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or something that you wanted to pass on. And if after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, you can check down below. I'll have a link for you in the description. On top of that, you can also find a link to my Twitch stream and my Discord, just in case you wanted to hang out live. But let's get after it. So, Elin, what is it? The best way that I can describe this game to you, like I think the closest cultural touchstones are, what if you took a crazy in-depth roguelike and then you mixed it with Stardew Valley and you gave it a ton of stuff to do. So really the point of this game is to do whatever the hell you want and don't even stress about it. Like, just work your way through dungeons, take quests, earn money, build up your village. That's right, there's village building inside of this game. And from there, you just kind of take challenges as they go along. I've done a big chunk at this point of all of the randomized. Oh, we got a gold bar out of the wall right there? Hell yeah. I've done personally a whole bunch of like village building and a bunch of the tutorials, and now I'm branching out into adventuring. I found myself a magic lightning axe inside my first dungeon that had me just like, hell yeah, brother. A blessed jelly girdle. What does that do? It gives me 3 physical value, and it gives me fire resistance? Yeah, throw that thing on right there. I'll take freebies, absolutely. Anything that makes me harder to hurt, I'm a big fan of. And as you adventure, this game does have an open world that you can play around with and wander around. That's where this dungeon was. This dungeon right here was assigned to me by the tutorializers that live inside your village, but I hadn't gotten around to doing it yet. What is that, a bone shirt? Is it better than what I have? My shirt is just made out of grass and doesn't give me any defensive value, so I'll take that. Sounds good. I'm looking for someone's lost puppy down inside of this dungeon, but I don't know how lucky I'm going to be in that pursuit. But let's take you on a sprint through the UI, because this game can be a little bit complex to look at. There's a lot of stuff going on screen right now. If you've ever played a Korean MMO from like 1997, this won't be that daunting, but if you never had that experience, this game has a very, very busy UI, and so taking a look around, up at the top left-hand corner, we've got a clock that tells us what time it is, because this game functions on a day and a night cycle. Down at the bottom, the operand stuff you're going to want to be aware of is your HP, your MP, and this is your fatigue right here. When it gets down to 0, you start taking damage for every activity that you do. And so this right here, it goes up naturally on its own as you go through the game. In fact, a whole bunch of your stats go up on their own as you filter your way through the game. But on top of that, you've also got XP in the bottom right-hand corner. There's no rhyme or reason to why you get XP. Just doing stuff and existing inside of the game world seems to give you XP. And then when that tops out, I think I need to go over here. So dungeons are not always contiguous in this game. Sometimes you're going to have to mine away walls and things of that nature to get to the next area that you want to go. There's some pebbles right there, chunks of soil. I don't really want the soil, but I do need to get further on into the dungeon. But as I was saying about your level ups, when you max out your level up meter, you are going to get a feat point. And a feat point allows you to buy like a perk, basically like Fallout style, that allows your character to get stronger. So it can be anything from things that are mundane, like increasing your HP or increasing your MP, to other things that make you better at sleeping, for example. So it like increases the threshold at which you can sleep and get your stamina back, so that you don't have to wait to be rock bottomed out on stamina. There's things that make you have like a keen eye, so you notice traps more effectively than a character without it would. And so there's a bunch of fun things to play around with inside of there. I can't mine copper ore yet because my pickaxe is too weak. When it comes to crafting, this game has an enormous docket of things that you can craft and things that you can work on. And on top of that, not only that, all of the craftable items have alternative methods to craft them, I guess is the way that I would describe it. So the best way I know how to talk about that is, for example, when you go to build a pickaxe, you've got to decide what material you would like to make that pickaxe out of. Whether you make it out of granite, or whether you make it out of iron, or whether you make it out of copper. Those are all decisions you have to make, and it'll have a different hardness variable that's capable of like cleaving different stones and different rocks and things like that in order to allow you to gather new things. And so you'll want to keep an eye on it. We've got a rod right there. It's a magic rod, but I can't identify it just yet. There's also a strange tome written in runes right there. Maybe it'll teach me a magic spell or something. I don't know. I cleaned out my inventory a little bit, and I can't identify these items until I get back to town. But I do have, like, some scrap wreck over here. It's got phyllite stones. I don't really want that. I was hoping I would get some more scrap metal because I can use that for a bunch of useful things. Like making nails is a really good example of what you can use scrap metal for. There's our stairway down. Hopefully we find this puppy at some point. What did I just pick up? I have no idea what I just picked up. Is that one also not identified? Okay, so I'm gonna have to take that one to the village too and have it identified. There's mage services around where you can go and have your items identified like old school style. When you're fighting enemies, you can right click on them and it'll make you auto fight that enemy. We just got a level up too, which is really good. But if you right click, you'll auto fight. They'll use whatever abilities are on your bar, and then from there, they will also use whatever healing items they have to keep themselves alive. Some of the fights have a lot of clicking, and so it's pretty obvious why they included it. This guy's a hermit crab right here. Hermit crabs are blessed with a very, very high defense value, which makes them kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. +3 luck shoes? Yeah, I'll definitely take those. Who's fighting down here? A mercenary? Is he an enemy? I don't know if the mercenary is bad for me or if the mercenary is good for me. I don't know if he's going to try to fight me, but he's dead now, so I guess it doesn't matter. There's a puppy right there. That's probably the one we're supposed to be recovering. There's a lady that lives in my village that's obsessed with all kinds of furry, fuzzy animals, and in fact, you can get a pet in this game. I'm only like 3 hours in, so my pet really hasn't grown up or done anything interesting yet, or become strong. Mostly he's like a liability when I take him out in nature with me, and then he gets killed. And then I have to have him rezzed by the pet lady, and then the pet lady gets mad at me, and she loses reputation with me. So I've been leaving him at home for right now until he grows up and gets a little bit stronger. Man, this crab is taking a hot minute to murder. There we go. We finally got him. We've got a dog over here. Ruff, ruff. I will take you. Woof. Is he going to follow me around, or... Okay, I thought maybe I could, like, put him in my backpack real quick and he could do that cute thing that dogs do where they, like, stick their head out of orifices in, like, your various backpacks and, like, saddlebags and stuff like that. And then he would, like, have his little puppy paws dangling out of the front, and that would be super adorable. But for now, let's get out of the dungeon because I just recovered the puppy and we've got, like, a whole bunch of stuff that I've got to identify anyways. I've got some roasted pig right here. You do have to do survival mechanics in this game. Your character does get hungry, and so every now and again you're gonna have to feed him. I've got ketchup. I guess I'll eat the beautiful ketchup. I don't know what makes ketchup more beautiful than another ketchup, but you know, I got myself taken care of, and I guess that's all that matters. Let's get back to the stairwell and see if we can get this dog out of here. I think the exit was back this way, but there's enemies respawning, and that makes me fear for the dog's safety. Hopefully the dog is, like, immune to any and all damage. Otherwise, this is going to go really poorly for me with this rescue operation. Crab's all out of the way. I don't know what I just got. A grotesque offal. Okay, so his guts fell out. This game is really odd and strange. Just a fair warning to you and yours. I'm going to meditate for a minute until I get my HP back and the HP of my dog back because I don't want him to die horribly. But this game is actually really gritty and really gnarly for a game with this adorable sort of chibi anime appearance. I'll give you an example. I went up to a shrine because I just thought that the shrine looked interesting, right? And when I went to the shrine and clicked on it, a whole bunch of puppy dogs spawned that were all ravenously hungry and evil, and I had to murder like 35 puppies, and then I was walking around with a backpack full of roasted puppy meat for a while in order to feed myself. Another example is the first 2 or 3 people that tried to join my society, they were all prostitutes. And if I go to my character sheet right here, you will see that in my profile, my father was a dangerous magical device, and my mother was a burning wizard, which is definitely not safe for work. So, you know, one of those things that I'm like, all right, so I was conceived through the use of a magical object with a father that was apparently just a magical dildor, and then my mother, the puppy, died. Well, back to town to let the lady know I killed the dog. This is the world map. You can wander around, and every single one of these cells is a full-on map that you can explore and cruise around. There are events and things that can happen on the road. I found a place where a bunch of villagers were, like, hanging a guy. The puppy died. Oh. Okay, apparently it's still counted. Fair enough. I'll take it. A cooler box. It will store 9 items, and it's made out of plastic. I'm guessing that's for, like, storing food or something. What I really need to do is on the quest board, there's new quests. So all these guys that live inside your village, they're going to give you quests from time to time, like the quest to go rescue the dog right there. And if you do them, you will earn money, and you will earn coin and other goodies that'll make your life easier. Right now, I only have like 85 bucks and a magical platinum coin that I found in a dungeon that I don't know exactly what it does yet. But I sort of like that mystery that this game has sort of instilled with, where a lot of the time, you just don't know what any of the stuff is going to be when you use it. And so, I'm going to throw some things in here to sell. I found a paper breastplate. I mean, it's better than what I have on now, so I guess I'll just sell that right there. From what they told me in the tutorial, the little villagers and stuff that live inside your village, they will equip themselves too. If you put loot in chests that's like better than what they currently have equipped, they'll go grab it. They need to eat food and whatnot, so they'll go get their own meals and things for right now, but I don't know how long that persists for. This right here is a sales box, just like in Stardew Valley. Anything that you throw inside this box, at midnight every single night, there will be a big scroll pop up. There's a person that visits, and you are part of a frontier settling program where you're sending things back to the capital, basically, and it doesn't really matter much what they are. Everything from lumber to extra weapons that you find around, to armors, to potions, to magical scrolls, to apparently this really cool-looking cooler box right here. I'm not going to sell that. They convinced me. I'm going to use this. Let me put it in my hand real fast. There we go. It's in my hand now, and I can put it on the ground right there. Cool. We now have a cooler box. I guess I'll just throw food in there since that seems to be what the game intends. But I need to find a village, and I need to get this stuff identified inside my inventory. So let's go to the edge of the map real quick, and we'll transition over to here. Let's go check out this Tinker's Camp. Uh-oh, I was way late on the road. Sort of unfortunate for me. These bats right here have been a real problem for me in the past. I don't know if I'm strong enough to defeat him yet. It looks like I can hurt him. That's good, because those bats right there, I haven't been able to hurt them for, like, the entire playthrough. So whenever I run into a bat, I have to run for my life, and basically that entire map is... I probably shouldn't enter that map. What are you, a twin tail? Oh my god, what in the hell just happened? Okay. It goes invisible and it casts magic spells at me. I'm dead. I get to enter my final words. No matter, though. This game can be played like a roguelike if you desire to do so, but I have permadeath turned off right now because it's just easier for the sake of, like, I don't know, recording a video, it just makes life easier. So what I learned there is don't mess with a twin tail. He erupted the end. It said he was easy and he was fair, but, not so sure. Not so sure. We did get a level up, so I have a feat point down here that I'd like to play around with. I think I'm going to go with strength just to make myself stronger. And it looks like I get +4 next time, which will be really, really good. So far, there haven't been any stat caps or anything on the gear that I've seen. I've been able to pick up and equip just about everything that I want to pick up and equip every single time. I am being inundated with trash bags, though, and I don't know how to get rid of them. Some of them say that they're burnable, and some of them say that they're not burnable. I think I have a crafting recipe inside of here that'll probably get rid of them. Yeah, so I have a combustible waste box. Things do craft out of your storage in this game, which is really good because there are a ludicrous amount of things that you can craft, and so it would be just an utter nightmare if there was not crafting out of your crates in this game with the micromanagement trying to keep everything organized. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that, so that's good. I guess I'm not that good at carpentry right now. I suppose I could process some sticks and just make some throwaway weapons. That might level me up. I don't know. Yeah, give me all my sticks. I don't know if there's any more sticks inside of here. There's another stick right there. And we'll just spend the day sawing sticks because I need to clear inventory space anyways. And that'll give me the baseline materials I need for some other stuff and potentially even level up my carpentry. Yeah, it did actually. I got 0.13 of a carpentry level. Okay, so I need to be focusing on my crafting a little bit more. Still, we can now make a bunch of wooden weapons, which will probably be good for us. So let's make a bunch of wooden weapons. It looks like I made 2 spears that time around. Looks like I made another spear. I don't have enough sticks. I'll swap them out for those ones. Ooh, I made like a little short sword, a cedar short sword. Only does 2d4. My axe does 2d7 plus 1, plus 2 lightning damage, so like we don't really want to use that, but... And it looks like we made a rosewood hand axe, which is a 2d7 right there too. Cool, and then my carpentry leveled up to 2, although you can't really see it with the quest spam over on this side. I can close it though. I think I killed enough creatures too where I can talk to this guy. Well done, now you can protect yourself. There's much to learn, but for now, try to gain more real-world experience. Here's some platinum coins as a reward. You can pay them to skill trainers to train or learn new skills in town. Oh, that's what they're for, dude. That's what they're for. Okay, give me my... Ooh, I got a bunch of platinum coins. Okay, so those are kind of, like, important. We sort of need to have those. Now, I am refreshed and renewed, and I want to go back to the village, but first, let's sell all the weapons that we just crafted. Let's sleep for the night, but I think I dropped a bunch of my loot, too, when I died. Never mind, I didn't lose all my stuff. Somehow I must have hit the control key and it cycled me out. You don't drop anything on death, then. Let's travel over here. Hey, we made a little bit of money. All right. I will take it. So what is this place right here? Are these people going to be friendly? All right, so it's 46 bucks per item that I identify. Better be something good in here, man. What is that? A spellbook of hero. Okay. What else do we have? 46 bucks for that thing? What is it? A cursed rod of cure minor wounds. And then we've got a rod of teleport. How much monies do I have left? 191? I don't know if this is worth it. A spellbook of ice arrow. Okay, okay. And then a rod of bane. I don't know what Bane does. This is all stuff that I have to test out and see how it affects the enemy. But wandering through town, I found a number of interesting things. It looks like you can steal and whatnot, too, because there's a character class when you start the game out called a thief. And so I'm guessing you're allowed to, like, steal out of crates and stuff like that, too, when you're in towns. But looking around, there's a whole bunch of things here. You can invest in businesses. You can swap out the gold bars you get for the shipments you send back to the capital for new crafting recipes. Sometimes your character just, like, dreams up crafting recipes on his own while you're sleeping, and so that's how I've been getting the majority of mine. Looks like there's food vendors, there's weapon vendors, and you can invest in all this stuff. I don't know how deep that rabbit hole goes, but I'm interested in finding out. I don't know if they're going to get upset if I chop down their trees or not. We identified some items, though. Hopefully they're valuable. If they're not valuable, this is going to suck, because I need to make some money. And we got this furnace recipe, so I know how to make that now. I don't know if it's inside of here or where it's going to be at. Well, after going through all of my crafting recipes, I don't see it anywhere. So I know the recipe, but I must be missing a step in how to get things going. So that sort of is what it is. We've got a, what is this right here? You're getting accustomed to life. I'm going to give you some crafting recipes. Ash mentioned assigning you to explore a cave. Namel, known as the Graveyard of Winds, has been the site of numerous strange occurrences for years. I can feel it too. Something's happening deep within the cave. We don't know what dangers might await, but be extremely careful. May the wind always follow you. Okay. So what did I get here? I got a drafting table, a mason's table, and a stone cutter. Okay. Lots and lots more crafting buildings then. I don't know what my crafting level is at right now. What is my crafting level at? It's at 2.79, so it's not as bad as carpentry, but I'm still not good at it. I'm now seeing what the appeal was to starting with one of the characters who has a class that's like blacksmith or something like that, because I guess they're good at stuff. So I need cut stone to make a mason's table. For a drafting table, I need some planks and I need some stone. So it looks like the stone cutter's probably up next. I've already got the nails. I just need to go find some granite. So let's see if there's any granite laying around on our map right now. I get lots of mail as well. Like, there's some guy that's mailing me his journal. Like, anybody's interested in that. He's like, "Dear Diary." So there's a granite right here that I suggest we pick up for that process. And I think there's one right here, too. There's also a couple pigs and things on the map. And, like, we're super low on all kinds of food at the moment. I would like to have more food. I'm gonna kill this pig real quick. Ow, I'm getting whoopeth. It's okay, the pig's dead. He only dropped awful, though, which kind of sucks. He dropped awful, which is awful, alright? That's the easy YouTuber joke right there. Normally, I wouldn't stoop for the low-hanging fruit, but, like, it is what it is. I did pick up some berries, which means I can make some roasted fruit. And there's some more over here, too. I do hope that they make it so it automatically swaps to the best tool you have. As it's going right now, I've got to manually select whatever crafting tool I want to use. And it'd just be easier if it, like, auto-sensed and was like, "Oh, you're targeting a tree. He's going to bring out an axe. Oh, you're targeting a stone. Break out the pickaxe." So little quality of life things like that would be nice. I'm going to send more garbage back to the capital because that's what I think of people that live in the big city capital. We frontier folk out here. We live a simple life, unlike those judgmental city folk that don't like to go out and beat pigs to death with their bare hands. Think they're too good for everything. I'll probably just eat these right now, because I get the feeling I'm probably pretty hungry at the moment. There we go. I'm now filled up, so I'll regenerate HP a little bit better. I don't know what else I want to do here. I'll probably just sell off all this stuff since I don't even have the money to identify it. So just throw it in there, I suppose. What I was originally trying to do was bang out that stone cutter right there, too. So I'm going to get the stone cutter going. I don't know if I'm going to have room to put it anywhere. I guess I'll put the stone cutter right there, but this workshop's getting a little bit busy. I don't know if you can direct other people to do crafting for you too, because I got like a signpost workbench that lets me label buildings for what they're for. And so over here, you can also bring people into your village. Like, there's a magnate, there's a citizen, there's a special forces person, there's a tourist. I don't know. I pay them gold, and I think they come live with me and can, like, adventure with me. And it says that they have, I noticed that they have specialties, like things that they're good at, like fishing and whatnot. So I'm guessing they go out and they just kind of, like, do stuff. But for now, I don't really have any of that available. So, like, I think we need to go dungeon dive some more and just see if we can pick up, like, a few more goodies. I only have 4 bandages left, though, and I think I need more bandages. So let me see if I can craft up some bandages real fast. And now that I've rested up, maybe I go back to a dungeon. There's a forbidden cave over here. Oh, nice, dude. We making money out here. We making money out here. That's what I'm talking about. Give me them goodies. That's what I need. Put them gold bars in my hand. Uh-oh. It looks a little nasty in here. Oh. Things do not look good for me right now. We're kind of like cleaving through them, but we've already used like 3 bandages. Alright. I just need these guys right here that throw stuff at me out of the way, and then we could deal with the hermit crab. There you go. Hit him hard. Take him down. I don't want to use up all my bandages on a hermit crab. Alright, so we took out the hermit crab. We've got a grass feather hat. Might be able to sell it. We've got a rod right there. There's a human remain on that side. What's a chunk do? Oh, it's just a chunk of soil. Gotcha. I guess I can collect from the dead guy. What does he have? He's got an entire altar on him? So, like, an entire altar. An entire 440-pound altar just hanging out in his backpack. I don't know if weight is implemented yet, in all honesty. I don't see a place where weight is kind of like listed, but I'm guessing it will be at some point. Oh no, I'm definitely overweight right now. So weight is absolutely taken into account, although I don't know where that is on my overall UI. One of those things I'm going to have to figure out, but having spent a good chunk of time with a gangster... I don't care about that. I'm the only gangster. Dude, we just killed somebody in a dungeon and ripped their guts out because I'm hard, bro. I'm terrifying. I am the boogeyman that stalks the night. What is that? A bottle of olive oil? I guess if we get hungry enough. That or if we want to keep Popeye happy. But my general impressions from the last couple hours is that it's great. I can't think of too many RPGs I've seen that take their mechanics down to a depth that this game does, and obviously visuals have been sacrificed in that process, but that's not to say that the game is without its own pleasantries as well. I mean, little things like your wallet, when you open them, there's a little wallet UI, and every single container in the game has its own background. For example, like whether it's an ice chest or whether it's a wooden chest or whether it's a trash can, they've got all those details in there. And so there's so many little things with this title that add up, everything down to picking and choosing. A silver handgun? Are you serious? I found a gun? I didn't know that we were living in a universe where there would be guns. It recovers ammunition upon firing? Okay, we gotta give that a go. That's it, I'm breaking out my gat, dude. That's it. I don't see the ammo coming back. So maybe it's just it has like a chance of ammo recovery. But honestly, I'm really impressed with this game. Getting into my closing thoughts here, since we're getting kind of long on into the video. This is a game that has a lot of depth. There's a lot of things going on with this game, and there's a lot of systems that you need to explore. I've played the game for about 2 to 3 hours, and I'm running into systems all the time that all have their own like little subsystems underneath them that tie into the crafting system, and there's like reputation systems with like each and every villager from what I can see. There's a lot of things going on here, and I think on a certain level, trying to do any kind of review of a game like this is going to be basically impossible unless you've been playing it for weeks and weeks and weeks as one of like your binge games. But what I will say is that my impressions are very positive going into around my second to third hour right now playing the game. I am very excited about the amount of things that I keep uncovering. The game seems to have very rewarding exploration, especially inside the dungeons and whatnot. The fact that somebody decided to say, okay, like, let's take Stardew Valley, but all of that narrative stuff on the side, yeah, I'm not worried about somebody needs blueberries because they have a memory with their dad. What if we dedicated all that energy to the RPG portions of the game and then combined it with a roguelike, very, very Berlin-style roguelike mechanics, and we had crafting? And that crafting had all kinds of materials you could use as substitutes that give things different affinities and give things different elements. And what if there was enchanting? And what was there magic and perks and all this other kind of stuff? This game has a lot of things going on, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm an expert in it, having only played for 3 hours or so. But I will say that at the end of my 3 hours, I really want to play some more. This is one of those games that's really going to be jockeying for my time this weekend. A pretty sick little title. It honestly kind of makes me want to go back and try out Ilona as well, because if this is built off the backbone of Ilona, poof, I may have missed out on something really, really fun. But my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were messing around with Elin, and my first impressions thereof, which as I said, are actually really, really positive. I wish there was more RPGs like this that just went all in and just tried to be as insanely complex and have as many intertwining systems as they possibly. This is awesome, dude. This is really, really sick. I'm excited to play it more. I'll catch you all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet, but up until then, it's time for me to go. Bye, folks.